My name is Ifeoma Medebem. I am 25 years old. I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Ibadan in agriculture and environmental engineering. And for the last 3 years, I have been a program manager.
My name is Chiemeriwo Tony-Ubah. I am a chemical engineering graduate with a growing passion and experience in the tech space.
My name is Adeola Olanrewaju. I'm a civil engineer graduate from the Federal University of Ekiti.
My name is Ivy Ikpeme-Mbakwem. I'm the VP Academy for Heirs Technologies. So my role entails designing trainings, tech trainings that would equip youths in Nigeria and Africa.
My name is Mercy Ajiboye and I'm Programs Coordinator here at Heirs Technologies. The Supplementary Technical Engineering Program is a program where we train tech talent in CompTIA Network Plus and CompTIA A+, which is the IT support. And for us, before now, our first cohort for our academy was on software development, right? So after that cohort, we kind of like sit in-house because we're an organization that is really big on trend, and we really just like to research and study the market to know what is in demand. And then we saw that there is a deficit of networks and IT support talent. The tech ecosystem is already kind of like, should I say, saturated with software developers. And network and IT support is kind of like a niche that is really important in this age of digital transformation. So that was what helped inform our decision. And we have an academic partner, CompTIA, which is gender neutral, sorry. They're OEM neutral, right? So we partnered with them for this training. So the STEP program and our academy, we actually see it as the STEP program being a program that would help us get talent, and help us build our pipeline of networks and IT support tech talents who would eventually now feed into some of our business lines and even to other tech cooperatives out there.
My journey in tech began in my undergraduate years. I volunteered to join the robotics team that represented my school in annual competitions. And then fast forward to my national service, I functioned as an IT support staff for 1 year in the university where I was deployed to, which was against my wishes, but I ended up learning so much. After my national service, I went back to teach math for a while, and then the Wetech conference. I attended the Wetech conference, and this was a pivotal moment in me deciding that, yes, I want to go back into tech.
My journey in tech started during the ASU strike in 2022 when a friend invited me to the Wetech conference. And after attending the conference, it was a transformative experience. I was able to meet different women doing great things in tech, and it kind of inspired me to start my own journey also.
I went for a career fair, and it was a fair where, there were different kinds of jobs in tech. And I just thought of, what could I start off with based on, okay, my engineering background, the extracurricular activities I used to participate in and all of that. So yeah, it was just like, that was what happened, and then I became a program manager.
Here at Heirs Technologies, we're really big on women empowerment. So we looked at the statistics of the number of women who are currently in tech, and we looked at an organization who is really doing a very impactful work in bridging that gender divide in the tech ecosystem, and Wetech stood out. So with that, we're able to partner with them for the recently concluded Wetech conference. So we actually believe that partnering with an organization who is already women-focused would help increase the female pool of applicants that we have, and that in its sense would also even help us increase the chances of having more female participation in the program. And that was what actually, informed our decision to partner with Wetech.
One of the most important things right now in every tech space is the inclusion of the female gender. And we find that a lot of women are shying away from a lot of tech roles. And possibly because they don't understand it, right? And what inspired us, to partner with Wetech was because that's a huge economy of women. And we thought that it would be wonderful to, launch the program, this step program there first, so we can allow as many women as possible to register.
Can I say mind-blowing? Yeah. So at the beginning of the year, right, I really wanted to put myself out there, get into more opportunities in tech, right? And randomly, I guess this thing of when we say Instagram watches us. So I just saw an ad and I was like, ooh, women in tech, oh nice, because still from like school, we had like all these women in engineering and all of that. So I was like, okay, women in tech, this would be nice, this would be fun. And boy, was I blown away.
The Wetech conference was not just an event, it was not just an exposure to opportunities, it was also the opportunity to connect with women in tech space and to see successful women thriving and to say that yes, I want to be that, I want to do that. And attending the conference, like I said, was the moment that made me realize that, okay, I want to go back to that path since I had some experience in it.
My experience at the Wetech conference this year, it was transformative, it was inspiring. I learned about the opportunities I can get in the world of tech. One of the panelists mentioned some of the exciting and evolving areas in tech, and she mentioned cloud engineering. So when she mentioned it, I'm like, okay, I'll just stick to my plan. Like, it was like a confirmation.
Wetech actually played a pivotal role, and I would say that because when we actually launched the application for the program, we launched it at the Wetech conference, and at the Wetech conference, I think on that day we had over 300 female applicants, right? And having 300 applicants the day you launch the training already even kind of like it expands your chances, it increases your chances of getting more female participation at the end of the day. Because there is the chance that if we hadn't launched at Wetech, there's a possibility that we might not have up to the number of female applications that we receive. And by the time they go through the assessment, up through the selection and screening phase, people will keep dropping per criteria that we've set. And that would mean that chances of getting more female participants might really be slim. So now that we partnered with Wetech, we already got about more than 300 female participants to apply for the training. At this point, we've not gotten male participants, so which means we already have like 300 people, 200 females who are already interested in the training. So Wetech actually did a great job because with Wetech, we had opportunity to meet these women and they were able to just apply to the training.
When I mentioned that Wetech conference was very mind-blowing, there were so many opportunities that we got to experience just in that one day. And one of those was the Heirs Technologies program. It was during one of the breaks and there was this slideshow that played and the VP came up and, like I said, an amazing woman. And she started speaking, right? And I found myself really listening to what she had to say. She mentioned how there weren't a lot of women in this particular side of technology, and I agreed with her. A lot of people want to be software engineers, a lot of people want to be QA, and I've not really heard a lot of women saying that they want to, be network. They want to work with networks. They want to work with hardware. So it made me sit up. Obviously, I don't really have a background in all of that, but just knowing that, okay, there's this opportunity for, women to try this out. So I just saw the link and I was like, okay, let's try it out. And then I did.
I heard about the program at the Wetech conference. So during one of the break, I visited the booth stand of Heirs Technology, and they told us about the program. And what attracted me was that she said the program is beginners friendly, and I didn't have a background in computer science. I studied civil engineering, so I've always wanted to take something that would like take me through the basics of IT, understand Windows, configuring all those things, because it usually sounds abstract to me. So the fact that she said the program was beginners friendly and to be virtual made me register for the program.
I think the first thing is courage, because like I mentioned earlier, we had 30 to 40% application from women. And I remember having a discussion with one of the ladies, or not just one lady, several ladies at the Wetech conference. And they said they were afraid, that they thought that the networks and the IT operations were just for men only. So I think the very first thing that the ladies bring, those who have gone through our program, is that courage. Now, the second one is the resilience and the growth. I mean, our program has shown that we have ladies who have, through the program, achieved things. They've been able to repair hardware and, do other things. That's a testimonial to the, efficiency or efficacy of our trainings. And so I think that the ladies are just shining lights. They actually, even inspire me, because, some things that you feel, this thing is, for a guy. And so, just seeing them just go through that training, it was very intense. They showed up, they, just did everything, they did the work, and then they've come out on top. I think that that's really one of the most important things for us.
I think for me it was a normal application process. If I want to talk about the part that stood out, it was after submit. It was after clicking submit. So after that, we're sent assessment questions and everything. So that was the part that really stood out for me. And I clicked on it and I was getting ready for my assessment. And like I mentioned, I don't have a background here. And I saw the questions and I was like, oh wow, Ifeoma, what are you getting yourself into? But they were really in-depth questions. But I also feel like, having worked in technology all this time and having that engineering background, I was still able to answer those questions. So the process was straightforward. It wasn't, and I like that they gave a bit of time for you to get into the assessment.
The application was very engaging. So there was the aptitude test and the skills test. And so I realized that it wasn't just normal business of the day. You had to prove that you were informed enough to be a member of the program. And so yes, there were no challenges per se, but the assessment was very technical, and I appreciated that because it set the tone for how the program would be.
So it was a 6-week program, and the course we had about 11 courses. And for me, it was kind of challenging because, balancing that with a full-time job. But I think it was very enlightening because one of the main reasons why I, decided to go into this was because I wanted to get more technical skills. And I feel like I have gotten that out of this program.
Programs coordinator, she was so supportive. I remember a time that I was lagging behind, she reached out to me and we scheduled a call, and from that conversation, I was able to stay back on track and finish the course. So I want to say thank you to the programs coordinator.
Another thing I really like about it, or going through the program, is the fact that, it was 6 weeks, but we still have access to all of the things that we were learning in those 6 weeks, right? So like for the next year, I know that I can go back, I can brush up. There's some things that I might not have really gotten previously I know that I can get in now.
The moment I would highlight is our usual step fireside chat every week on Fridays, where you get to speak to mentors, you get to speak to professionals. And so aside the technical knowledge that you're gaining, you're also gaining career advice, how to transition, how to excel in the tech space. So yes, I think that was a highlight for me, our usual fireside chats on Fridays. Over the next few months, I definitely see myself functioning as an IT support, and with the information and the certificates I have here, I know that it's going to set me apart.
It has helped my confidence, and from now on I will try to learn more and get better.
I would say do it, The only thing that can come out of it is and a no is not going to take anything from you. It's not going to take anything from your experiences. It's not going to take anything from your dreams, and it's not going to take anything from your progress.
My advice for other women is do not hesitate, because often we wonder whether we are qualified enough, whether we are worthy enough to be in that space, but you can never be fully and 100% ready. So it's just important to go for whatever opportunities, and yes, do not hesitate to go for it. Take the leap, and you'll see that as you grow, you would now be more confident in that space that you're in.
My advice would be, don't be scared to apply. The highest you can get is no. Don't be scared. Don't shoot yourself out by not even trying at all. It's when you apply that you either get rejection or acceptance. So try, and even when you get the opportunity, try to finish it.
So this year, right, we trained 50 people. 50 people? Yes, we had 50 people we trained for free. And, and we had 2 areas that we focused on. Now, one of the areas that we are evolving or, just enhancing is we're including more topics, more areas into our training. So in addition to the networks and the IT operations, we're looking at security, cybersecurity. We're looking at cloud, infrastructure management. We're also looking at data analytics.
The role I see Wetech playing is, of course, the role they are currently even playing, which is access to a wider pool of female participants or applicants.
Y'all should be looking forward to my LinkedIn and everything. When I put it out there, technical program manager extraordinaire. So I'm looking forward to being able to say that very confidently outside. And I know that going outside of this is really going to be an achievement for me and something that's going to happen. So stay tuned.